Welcome back to another Trade Alts technical analysis update. Just want to do a follow-up video from the one that I did a couple days ago. So it's a very quick one. A couple of quick announcements. Number one, Femex still has the up to $3,600 deposit bonus. If you're interested in that, link is in the description below. And number two is the Ichimoku modules. I am going to release those. So I've been working on these for quite a while. If you're in VIP, you've had these for a long time. But the second video, so the first one's been out for a long time, and I think it got a lot of really good feedback from that. The second video in the series I will release today if we can get 100 likes on this video. So that's waiting. Hopefully we can do that today. So anyway, into Bitcoin. Won't waste any more time. This is the same chart that I shared last time. Very quickly, this is daily cloud, right? USDT pair. Quite simply, still waiting. We're probably 2 to 3 days away before confirmed bearish TK recross below cloud. That's very bearish. Any pop up until then, just like I mentioned earlier, that probably is a pretty good opportunity in my opinion to look for a trade there. Throw on the new monthly pivot. So these are September's pivots. Literally the September pivot is 21,587. It shows you how important of a level this is. Beautiful confluence here. I do like that quite a bit. So again, that's a really nice confluence. The R1 pivot being basically at the top of cloud over here, mid 23s. I think we start to trade above this. Very likely that we will push higher. And then the S1 pivot is down here just below 18K. So kind of coming back into these lows. So that's not too surprising. But for me, the pivot's important, and I do like where that is lined up. My analysis hasn't changed at all. As far as this goes, just wanted to show you, though, that we are inching closer and closer and closer to the bearish TK recross below cloud, and that again, that's a pretty bearish signal. If price starts to trade above cloud, opening and closing candles in here, it's very likely, I think, at that point that we have continuation to the upside. So that's kind of like the invalidation for this idea. So if you go here on lower time frames, okay, so this is literally 50-minute, doesn't matter. Just wanted to illustrate here that we've been trading in this range, right? So it's been, if you love ranges, this has been a phenomenal range to trade. It's been very clean. If you're not a range trader and you're more of like a trend trader, then you've probably been bored for the last several days, but still this is an outstanding range, very well respected. For me, continue to trade the range over the weekend, probably nothing substantial, not looking for anything super crazy. What I would like to see though is a move outside of the range, especially if it happens over the weekend. I think that's probably a nice, it could be a really nice opportunity to fade the move type of deal. But very clean range. You see price has been very well respected with inside of it. To the downside, if we were to get a sweep of these lows, so these three, we basically have like a low time frame triple bottom. Like this is a massive support area at the moment. I would like to see a run of these lows, basically into this untapped daily SR level here at 19,323. That would be very nice. So something like this, where if we got either some kind of swing failure pattern, basically price just runs down, get a reaction somewhere around here, quick buyback, acceptance back inside the range. At that point, I'm really looking for the range to continue to trade, probably another move up towards range high. So that's kind of one of the scalp ideas that I have. Could turn into a nice swing position, possibly, but I think that's definitely one of interest. A bit lower here, if you actually zoom out a little bit, let's do this. The value area low, so basically the value area low of this entire range that we've been in since mid-June is at 19K. So it's slightly below this 19.3 daily SR level here that's untapped. So this, it's basically anywhere in this area to me would be fair game. So going back on lower time frames. So again, kind of something that I would be very careful of, because anytime you see bottoms, it's very, very unlikely that this is going to be the bottom, right? There's very high probability that these lows are going to get ran at some point. So to me, that's a potential trade of interest over the weekend if it presents itself. And then basically the top side, if we were to push up instead, this naked point of control here at 2650. So this is on the USD pair. So this is a Bybit chart, right? If you're trading BTC USD, there's actually a naked point of control at 2650. Basically back here in this little mini consolidation before we actually broke down, right? So if you were to zoom out a bit more and kind of backtrack and go and look at this previous range that we were in last month for about a week before we broke to the downside. So we lost this trend. I'm kind of zooming out. So this trend line from the lows, right? So low, higher low, very well respected, broke down, a little bit of a consolidation here before forming this range that we're in at the moment. Basically looking for a push up to clean up this naked point of control. So something, it would be basically the opposite of this trade, push to the upside, clean up this naked point of control, and then a move lower, get acceptance back inside the range, and then I would just go back to trade this range because that's what I would do. So again, move outside the range, get acceptance back inside. To me, that's just another nice potential trade. This time, obviously, to the top side, though. At the moment, is there a trade to be had right here? My argument for that would probably be no. Why? I don't like to trade the midpoint of the range. You're literally right in the middle of the range. So for me, this is a 50-50 trade. This is like heads or tails, right? Flipping a coin. Which direction is it going to go? To me, I'd rather wait for range extremes to take positions. That's where I get more interested in that. So, I mean, we've had 4 modules. I believe I released range trading number 4. There's still some other range trading modules that I haven't released yet, but I think if you have watched those, you get a pretty fair idea about how at least I look to trade these ranges. That's kind of the trade ideas that I have over the weekend. If we did get a bit of a larger push to the upside, there is a golden pocket sitting here from basically this high where we broke down to our current low. So I'm aware of this area as well, which I think, again, that's another nice probability, of a reaction based off of this level. And then you do have an untapped daily SR level at 21,540, which is basically the bottom of this red zone. So it's basically start pushing up into this territory, right? Which to me, this is like definitely on my radar. If we price did manage to make its way up here, I would be interested in that. Looking for a trade there. So that's basically, again, just sharing on higher time frames. This is more of like a midterm time frame, right? This could take a while to kind of unwind, but I do think that this definitely, statistically speaking, definitely has a more of a bearish undertone for this type of a trade. I do think that this is very likely to put some pressure on Bitcoin over the upcoming week or so. And then obviously on lower time frames, just like I said, it's just trade the range. There's nothing magical. There's nothing spectacular about this. We're literally range bound. And it's kind of like, we start to push to the top end of the range, right? Then you hear, oh, the lows are in. Oh my goodness, here we go. And then we roll to the downside. People get bearish, like we're in a range. It's nothing spectacular. Just trade the range until it breaks. So anyway, hope everybody here has a good weekend. Get the video up to 100 likes. I would greatly appreciate it. Definitely help support the channel. And I will release Ichimoku number 2. Have a good weekend. Trade safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.